Good day, everybody. Welcome back to the Marvel Contest of Champions news show.
Another week, another Battlegrounds set of bugs not addressed as we limp to the end of Season 7. There's been an update in the 7-star loss of points situation, cost changes in the iOS store where prices are coming down for in-game purchases, so that's good, and those with the constant updating bug may have a workaround to get you in the game. Yes, hello everybody, it is the start of the week! Yes! Wait, why is that a yes? And yes, because I don't know, I feel like I've had a little bit of a rest over the weekend. I've just kind of just chilled, got some stuff done. I don't know why, maybe I'm feeling positive about the start of the week. You've got to be. Sun is shining here in the UK, so something to be positive about, hey? In any case, please do me a solid by hitting the like button, subscribing for free. You know, hit the subscribe button, it's free. Please do that, that would be very helpful, thank you. And we kick things off with a hotfix. Well, the hotfix that went in last week, what it was meant to achieve, what it didn't, and in particular, the constant updating bug. As said by the hotfix on Thursday by Kabam Mike, that this would address an issue where some players got stuck with downloading asset screen that is preventing them from playing the game. It also has a few minor UI fixes. Sadly, this didn't fix everything for some players, with a lot of people having issues. A lot of them seem to be Android-based players that are seeing this issue reoccur and pop up, so that ain't too good. So what's the update on all of this? Well, late on Friday, Kabam Jack said the team has found the source of the problem. Due to the increase in app size, we've had to change the way we deliver the game on Android. MCC relies on the Google Play Store to download additional assets. MCC does not support side loading the game. It's not something to which we've devoted any resource. When a game is side loaded, it simply cannot access these files. Short term, anyone who can access the game from the Google Play Store directly should. This should resolve the issue for a select few. We'll continue to look at this issue. Damn. So there's a positive, but also there are people still massively affected by this. Even when I'm on holiday, I'll still do AQ and Alliance Wars based stuff. And that's kind of like, 10 minutes out of my day. But man, that's not good. 6 days without the game, maybe even more. Next, I just want to devote a bit of time to Battlegrounds. So I said to myself last night, okay, I need to book some time out because I've got an Alliance requirement to get certain amounts of Battleground points. I'm in the current stage with Battlegrounds in that I'm like, this game mode is just so buggy. And I'm not alone with that particular feeling. I mean, one of the big things that happened last night was something like this. You might be going, oh, Rich, you won there. That's great, isn't it? Yeah, fantastic. But do you also notice the extent of, what happened? No fights took place. So, I feel sorry for Mike here. Mike made you awesome. I just feel for you. I feel for you because you had a bug. And it says you forfeited, but I guarantee you didn't. This is also another bug that I had yesterday in that, there's no timer there. So I don't know what the time is. I don't know about increasing my pace. I don't know whether or not that, that's something I should do or not. Lag, input issues with this particular game mode. You could see there the kind of Wi-Fi symbol of doom. This mode is not in a healthy stage and is limping towards the end of the season. The annoying validation of anybody's points towards Battlegrounds in its current state can only be found if you go to the forums. I found this yesterday. There's this thread, there's another thread, there's another thread. It's just kind of like such a disappointing thing at the moment to see this game mode, which, as I said in the past, if you just take it down for 2 weeks, have a 2-week break between seasons, fix a load of problems with it, give yourself more time to then bring it back. I know Kabam would say okay, well, let's just put it out, because then it's we learn from a lot of the stuff that's on there. But this is still stuff that persists season on season. So, I don't know why things like this aren't being addressed and dealt with. Over on the Trello board, there's plenty of things mentioned as to bugs that are, Kabam are looking to address, but also there's a lot of bugs not mentioned that Kabam should be addressing. We've got here, users shown incorrect match result at the end of the match. Some are experiencing a stuck run in during Battlegrounds. Those fixes are apparently live. The timer issue, that I just showcased, is something that was on this a few seasons ago, and it still hasn't been kind of addressed. Whether or not it was something that Kabam said they were going to address, it's just annoying for consistency around this game mode, which is very, very popular. It's very, very good, And yeah, just disappointing that it's kind of in the state that it is. But look, there's also like so many other things, like the instant loss bugs. There's stuff that's kind of like not mentioned on this Trello board, and it needs to be there. In any case, I don't know where Kabam are at with kind of like bug fixes, but I really hope that some of the stuff is kind of dealt with. And I keep saying with hope each time, each season, but we're still in the same position. I said that at the end of season 6, season 5, season 4, but it's still stuff that persists. You know, I play here yesterday, just yesterday. I win a fight 30 seconds. The site puts me in reconnection in progress and puts me back in the beginning of the fight. 20 seconds left on the counter. I lose my progress and rewards. What does Kabam do for these lags? This one here, like similar kind of like issue and vein where it's just glitched and this player just kind of like just in the instant death issue, the instant death bug. Like this instant death bug is just like a killer for like progression. It's just not kind of like, it's just not good enough. And the same thing with like other players. Like you can see like right here, like even against people. And I gave a situation, kind of a showcase where someone's obviously bugged out during it, and it's like, yeah, as Rohit says here, my opponent must be raging. I had yesterday where I couldn't pick any of my defenders; they auto-selected. I even had one of my attackers my defenders auto-select for the draft, my defenders auto-select for the game mode, putting me an Archangel in defense. Who puts an Archangel in defense? No one does. And I'm frantically kind of tapping on the screen trying to get the one I want to choose, and it's like, no, not having any of that, Rich. So yes, a lot needs to be dealt with this game mode. So now that we're going into the end of the season, and I don't want to like again re-echo myself when it comes to this stuff, is hope. I hope that Kabam take more time to look at these particular bugs. Things that, and I know they'll say, we weren't able to repro this particular bug, right? Check the forums. People are showcasing these bugs. They need to be fixed. You can't continue on any further, any more seasons with these bugs reoccurring, because it is sucking the fun out of this particular game mode, which a lot of players like. It's the best game mode that's been added in years. So something definitely needs to be done, and a really generous compensation package to address all of these particular things that players have experienced would be very much welcome, but I'll leave that one there. Now let's talk about in-app purchases and prices of those in-app purchases. So as a lot of you know, I don't spend in Marvel Contest of Champions. If you spend, hey, up to you. It supports the developer. But something that has changed in the last kind of like day or so, or several days, is the pricing scheme. So I saw limp put on Twitter about this, and also Billy D mentioned it as well. That has been a bit of a change in the pricing scheme of stuff, and it's like, and do bear in mind, different countries have different pricing structures based on taxing on certain types of things like Google Play and the Apple iOS store. So sometimes these things will be a bit kind of different. I mean, some of them have like seen some massive reductions. So I saw limp put this. It was very interesting, saying that iOS versus Android, where something would be priced of $9.99, would be $5 on Android. So yeah, following up with, I don't know how much about these Apple and Google do their prices and tax rates. Why are people pricing about 10% more expensive than at the start of the year, whereas Google is about 50% cheaper? Side note, I checked and both are set to the same currency as NZD. I think that's New Zealand dollar, if I'm correct on that one. So yeah, that's quite a kind of like reduction on stuff. There may be something that kind of applies that on where your country's located into. Anyway, whatever. I'm not going to go into too much in detail in that one. But it's very interesting as to, like, you know, the pricing structure of things. Someone said that in India, it's now kind of reduced down in price. Is this for the App Store? That might be for the Apple side of things. And then Billy sent me through this right here, saying that the Summoner's Sigil in Ireland is its old price was yesterday €11.99, and now is €9.99. So, you know, small little reduction right there. So it is very interesting to note that there's a pricing shift with it. If it's a case for whatever reason, and people have said this, It's up to you whether you want to do it or not. I used to, when I used to spend back in the day, it used to be Android had like cheaper stuff, so you kind of like buy via Android and have like had like a cheap Android device and kind of would set stuff up and buy via there. The same thing if you had Google Play cards as gift cards versus Apple iTunes cards. And going like, well, if you get more value with a Google Play card, you get more for your money, then you kind of go like, well, I could have a Google Play card for Christmas or birthdays and stuff, and I'll just use it on that, buy some stuff in game, but play on iOS. That's, back in the day I used to do it. I don't know if that still applies right now, but I don't spend, so I don't really kind of get involved with any of that stuff. But yeah, very interesting thing nevertheless. And now let's finish up with this story, before we do arena predictions and results, of course. The 7-star celebration points that were missed off situation. If you remember, this was something we talked about, I think Friday, and Friday was the update, and then Wednesday was kind of like the main thing I think we covered with it. No, it wasn't. It was Thursday and Friday. God, honestly, days go into each other. But, yes, people lost out on points. And those were Paragon crystals and 7-star crystals. The update on this, if you remember, there wasn't really any kind of update on this one. I think because Kabam have to think about how they're going to approach it. As look, it's lost points on the matter. So on Thursday, late Thursday, there was this from Kabam Jax, which is... hey gang, this update isn't much on this, but the team will be dedicating additional time to task and are trying to ensure all event points are in the right spots before the end of the event. We're hopeful that that shouldn't be a problem. The investigation continues. So that's a bit of good news in a kind of like, well, I don't know the extent of how the future will be. Yeah, I would say from an in-game perspective, what you need to do is kind of like look at the situation of, okay, well, I have, you calculate, you are, and it's difficult to kind of go back in time retrospectively, but you must remember how many Paragons or 7-stars you opened, is remember the information and go, okay, so technically, say for example, you're at 6,600 points like I am right now, but you definitely know you should be up at 10,000, let's say. Then what you'll need to do is kind of like bank all of your points that you get to the end of this event with a 4,400 point kind of like deduction and going, okay, well, I'm going to add in up to 20 to 30,000 more points, and so up to 36,000 points, because let's face it, you want to get that 40,000 sweet spot. So you'll always have to think to yourself that you're going to end on 36,000, but you'll technically be on 40,000 if you get my drift with that one. It's up to you how much you want to, if you want to go over and spend over in order to kind of like to grab it with units just to be safe rather than sorry. But do bear in mind, Kabam should be put to task on this one, because they've even said that this is something that they need to get sorted, and they will need to compensate off of. So we'll have to wait and see on that one. If there's any more updates, I'll let you know, of course. And what we're going to do is quickly end on arena results for Shuri and for Moondragon. And now let's look over the results. So we got an amazing load of results. First of all, starting with the Shuri arena, even though this is like, these are 3 results, data bits of information, this is fantastic. 20.7 mil, position 176, and then 12 mil and even 11.2 mil got the 1% to 5% position, which is getting a 5-star. Fantastic. That is really, really good to see, like a low cutoff. Ridiculous. And as we said when we were doing the predictions on Wednesday, we don't know how to predict this new change. This is the new change, and we can give a more logical prediction to this one. The results for Moondragon are as follows. You could get a 23 mil right down there, a position 1% to 5% getting the 5-star, and then the lowest 6-star cutoff you could get was at 77 mil, getting position 390. Amazing information from everybody, and it is great to see these cutoffs come down, and I hope they stay this way, because it just means that people aren't losing so much of their time. I do think Arena Express mode does play a factor into this, but at least it's kind of giving people some quality of life back. I need to do like more of a grind and kind of like test out like my chops in Arena and go, okay, well, if I invest my time if I go grind, if I waste some time, and like how much time I'm going to waste based on being a free-to-play player nowadays, and based on not having the Arena Express mode. And we finish off by saying thank you very much to those that support the channel as a YouTube member and as a patron who are on screen right now. Also those that support on twitch.tv/RichTheMan live. Looking forward to delivering more live streams as I did last week. So yeah, let's get back to kind of the grind with that one. And also check out some other content which will be located on screen, and I'll see you in the next video whenever that'll be. Cheers, bye bye for now.